Hi everyone, we have some exciting news to share. We have given the nature of grief a facelift, and so we wanted to do a video walkthrough to help you see some of the new changes. As you know, one of the pillars in our mission is to deliver sensitive information about grief and death and dying in a soft and beautiful manner. And so we wanted to give the nature of grief a facelift just to freshen up the look and to allow for the cover to reflect the four seasons metaphor used in the book. You can probably remember the last one only had kind of summery flowers on it, and while it was pretty, it didn't really reflect the whole four seasons metaphor. So we wanted to change that. And inside, you'll see in just a second, we laid out the information to allow for easier reading for the bereaved. There was a lot of information in the book, and so what we decided to do was kind of clean that up a little bit, make it a little more concise, make it a little bit easier for our bereaved family members to read. So why use the nature of grief? Well, often when your family members that you're seeing in counseling are ready to learn more about grief, we're not there. And so when people aren't asking for the help that they need and you leave a booklet behind, it kind of serves as your coworker, kind of helps them understand the process. So be sure to put your sticker on the book or staple your business card to the front of it so that when they're ready, they can call you. So I'm going to start going through the booklet now. This is the cover, and here's an image or some pictures of the table of contents. Again, the content hasn't changed. It's just been a little bit more concise. As you can see, we've changed the images, and here's the metaphor of the four tasks of grief that J. William Worden has outlined, and we compare those to the four seasons. Over here, we go over the difference between grief, bereavement, and mourning. As you can see, the new design, and this is the new design of the autumn metaphor. Then we go over the physical experience of grief and how to help yourself through your healing process. There are a lot of books that go over what to expect, and of course they need to know what to expect, but people also need to know what they can do to help themselves through this process so they don't get stuck. And so that's why we offer this box about how they can help their healing process. This page goes over the cognitive and mental experience of grief. And this spread here goes over what their grieving style is. Is it instrumental? Is it intuitive? Or is it a combination of both? This is the winter design. And then in the winter portion, we cover the emotional experience of grief, what they can do about their healing process, the things that people say and don't say, and how that often bothers people. This goes over grief and social media, which is definitely important in today's world. We go over a little bit on disenfranchised grief. Almost everybody experiences this at some point in their life. So we keep covering that. Another really important section is grief versus depression, and how do you know the difference? A lot of people are very worried that they're falling into a deep depression, and so this chart will tell them the difference between the two. Complicated grief and what to look for. And some symptoms of complicated grief here. Spiritual aspects of grief. Again, how to help your healing process. This is the spring design. We go over delayed and unresolved grief. And then the sudden temporary upsurges of grief, what to expect. A lot of people don't know that that's going to occur and that it's a normal part of the grieving process. So this explains that. The permission to heal and granting yourself that permission to heal. The summer metaphor on that page. And then at the end, this section covers what does healing actually look like and how do I recognize it? And so physically, cognitively, and mentally, and then spiritually, what to look for, being able to concentrate more, thinking less about the death, not feeling so tired all the time. Sometimes people need to really know that they are making progress, and so that's what this page is about. And then integrating old grief into a new life, and then moving on. What does that look like for them? So that's just a little walkthrough of the booklet. Again, feel free to request a sample in the link below. And if you have any questions, always feel free to call me. And thanks for taking time to watch the video.